PR, and this is KiniNews. Zahid has told Isham Jalil to attend the Supreme Council meeting and voice his complaints there. He pointed out that Isham has not attended the last 3 meetings.
Umno President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has extended an invitation to Isham Jalil to air his grouses about Umno's cooperation with DAP at the Supreme Council meeting tonight. This in response to Isham's Facebook video where he claimed Malays were rejecting Umno as the party had strayed from its core principles and was willing to act as DAP's lackey in the coalition government. On another matter, Zahid dismissed an offer from PAS to work together again. PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man had said the Islamist Party is open to working with UMNO again, but through the Pakatan Nasional platform, which also includes Bersatu. Zahid said it must be painful for them to have a lot of seats, yet they are sitting in the opposition bench. He added he hopes they will continue praying, but so far UMNO is not open to working with them.
Still on Umno, Puad has urged all quarters in the party to move on instead of contemplating a reunion with PAS.
UMNO's Supreme Council member Puad Zarkashi has dismissed suggestions of a cooperation between UMNO and PAS. He said there is no need to think about it, as any cooperation between them would not last and would not be beneficial. In a post on Facebook, Puad said the opportunity for cooperation had been lost following the failure of Muafakat Nasional. Elaborating, he said at that time the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination and Rome Statute issues united the two parties. However, he said when political factors came into play, it had stalled it. He added that when the cooperation is brought up again, it would only serve as a marriage of convenience after the Kemaman by-election. He said it is better for UMNO to move forward with a unity government and focus on the economy and people. On the other hand, he said PN should focus on being a constructive opposition. Following the Kemaman by-election, there had been several calls for UMNO to work with PAS again. Earlier, FMT reported PAS Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man as saying that his party was open to working with UMNO again. He said any collaboration with UMNO must be through PN, which also includes Bersatu.
Meanwhile, the party's youth chief has told MCA to look in the mirror. This came after an MCA leader told Zahid to wake up and accept that Malay support for BN is declining.
UMNO Youth Chief Muhammad Akmal Saleh has reminded MCA Vice President Tan Teck Cheng that the party also needed to accept a decline in Chinese support. He said this in response to Tan, who had called on BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi to wake up and accept that Malay support for the coalition is continuing to decline. This is after Zahid claimed that BN's poor performance in the Kemaman by-election was because the coalition's white voters or strong supporters did not go out to vote. When contacted by Malaysia Kini, Akmal said that they regret their defeat in Kemaman and will continue to work on their weaknesses. However, he also reminded Tan that as of the past few general elections, MCA has lost Chinese support. In fact, he said the seats won by MCA are of Malay majority. Akmal told Tan to not just point fingers but look in the mirror as well. On Saturday, Pakatan Nasional got 70.1% of votes in Kemaman, which was formerly a BN stronghold until the coalition lost it in 2018. While commenting on the matter yesterday, Tan said it is clear from all the elections that have taken place since November last year that Malay votes are split between BN and PN. However, he said BN and UMNO can leverage their role within the government to win support. Tan added that UMNO should effectively implement policies that focus on economic development and improving the well-being of the people to gain support from people of all ethnicities, including Malay voters.
Anwar commented on the cabinet reshuffle in an interview last night. He said 1 year was too short to judge a minister's performance.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim believes it is too early for a cabinet reshuffle. This is as the government has only crossed the one-year mark. In a special interview on TV3 last night, Anwar said ministers need to be given more time before they can be assessed fairly. He said ministers should be given the chance to boost their performance, including the Prime Minister. Anwar added that based on their one-year experience, adjustments can be made, including additions if needed. Bernama also quoted the Premier as advising the Cabinet to not be satisfied with the performance achieved by the unity government so far, as the people's comfort was the true yardstick to measure the success of a government. He also warned against complacency, saying there's more they can do to clean things up and increase quality and work ethics, as in the end, it's not growth numbers that matter. He added that the government needed to focus on governance issues to ensure an administration free from corruption and misuse of power. Speculation has been rife of a cabinet reshuffle before the end of the year. One of the reasons given was to fill the post of the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Minister following the passing of Salahuddin Ayub.
Lawyers for Liberty has criticized Saifuddin over his defense of an immigration officer who had scolded a woman and her daughter for not being able to speak Bahasa Malaysia.
The Home Minister has come under fire for defending an immigration officer who scolded a woman and her daughter for not being able to speak Bahasa Malaysia. Lawyers for Liberty Director Zaid Malik pointed out there is no requirement for a Malaysian citizen routinely applying for a passport to show proficiency in Bahasa Malaysia. He added that Saifuddin Nasution's statement recently had confused the requirement for citizenship by naturalization or registration with the requirement for citizenship as a matter of law. Zaid also called for an investigation and appropriate action to be taken against the immigration officer for this unlawful and outrageous conduct. Recently, a woman had posted on social media alleging that an immigration officer in Johor had scolded her and her daughter for not being able to speak Bahasa Malaysia after responding to his questions in English instead. The woman had explained that their poor command of Bahasa Malaysia was due to them residing in Singapore for a long time. When asked for comments on the matter, Saifuddin told reporters that all Malaysians must know Bahasa Malaysia and that the authorities have a reason to be suspicious when a Malaysian is unable to converse in the national language. Meanwhile, MCA Senator T. Lian Ke has urged the government to check on little Napoleons who abuse their powers. He pointed out that there are many elderly Malaysians who are not well versed in the national language and they should look into programs or policies to help these unfortunate citizens instead of picking on them or penalizing them.
The court has ruled that Sanusi cannot repeat his comments on the Klang River cleaning project until the disposal of Vincent Tan's defamation suit against him.
The Shah Alam High Court has granted business magnate Vincent Tan an inter partes injunction against Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi Matno pending the disposal of the former's defamation suit. Sanusi's lawyer Muhammad Faizi Che Abu said no trial date has been set for the defamation suit. The Berjaya Group founder is suing the past leader over the latter's allegation of impropriety between Tan and Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari over the Klang River cleaning project. In August, Tan and co-plaintiff Berjaya Land Berhad turned to the civil court to compel Sanusi to pay unspecified general, aggravated and exemplary damages. The writ of summons was over Sanusi's speech during the Kedah state election campaign last August. Besides rubbishing the allegation as untrue and baseless, the plaintiffs claimed that Sanusi's statement painted them as corrupt, were cronies of Amiruddin, had caused the Selangor government to incur a loss of 180 million ringgit from purported land given for free, and defrauded the people of Selangor, among others. Amiruddin also has a pending defamation suit against Sanusi over a similar allegation.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news update. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Pia. Thanks for watching.